Yeah, is that divorce laws have been overhauled for the first time in 50 years, putting an end to the blame game. That's what it says. It's from Sky News. For couples wishing to split amicably, married couples will be able to start divorce proceedings without having to apportion the blame for the breakdown of their marriage as a no-fault divorce. This legislation comes into force in England and Wales. The change has been welcomed by experts who said it will aid couples.
So can I just stop you there? You know what I love the most when they write? They always say experts.
Yes. Yeah.
What's an expert? I need a name. I need a qualification. But please continue.
Move forward and secure the best outcomes, eliminating unnecessary conflict and tension. So, scenario. This is what the no fault divorce law, yeah?
Yeah.
This is a scenario. You walk in your house, your wife says, I want to get a divorce. You say, why? She says, I want to get a divorce just because. When you're talking about it from a legal standpoint and you sit down on paper, why did you get divorced? Marcus Loveless said he wanted a divorce. Why? Marcus Loveless said he wanted a divorce. It removes. Let me read the next slide, please, Addoink, on that. So this happened from the 6th of April. This new legislation came in. He says, from the 6th of April, the new legislation replaces the 5 grounds that allows couple to divorce without assigning fault, right? Removes the responsibility of contesting the divorce, introduces an option for joint application, makes sure language is plain English, for example, changing decree NISI to conditional order and decree absolute to final order. It removes the responsibility of contesting the divorce. Thank you, Addoink. You can't ever contest your divorce.
Yeah, well,
your husband, your wife says, why are you divorcing me? You can't ever contest it.
I think I've got 2 pointers on this. Like, first and foremost, whoever made this law, I'd love to, or whoever sat down as a group of people who made this law, I'd love to know their names. Secondly, marriage is done in the Western world.
You think?
Is that, well, this law said it's done. It's not my opinion, is it? This just said it's done. Like, I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm saying,
I'm done.
No, I'm saying, like, it was a good night last night. Everything, champagne, lovely night that we had. Yeah, me and the chick. She's like, it's done. Sorry. They don't care about my mental health, what that will do, how that will impact me. No. Not bothered about that. This is about her freedom to do so, right? And then let's just say if this worked in the man's favor, like, men would be marrying chicks and then just dumping them. Again, all of this, I'm never interested in the gas.
Right.
Like this law that's been now passed.
Right.
Like, I'm not interested in the gas. All I'm interested in is the results. And all this is going to do is clearly drag people away from marriage.
Right.
So there is somebody behind the curtain that is clearly like, we got to turn these lot off marriage. Off unity.
For what purpose?
Bro, I'm not behind the curtain. All I know is the effect is to make sure you lot are not digging marriage. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a problem solver. I like to believe I'm a problem solver. Yeah, and that's a problem, bro. When you give people the freedom to just say, not feeling it today. What, the big wedding? And in front of my mum, and in front of my dad, and in front of my family. You're just not feeling it. Nah, I'm feeling like that's over. Because
why?
I don't know, you linked a doorman last night at the bar you was at with your girls. And he's tickled your fancy. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's done. And she don't need to give me no reason.
No reason.
You just said,
you can't contest it. You can't contest it.
Right. And how does that work? Look, bro, that's what I'm saying. What group of people sat down and made this law a law? Like, I would like to know who they are. Yeah, their names. Because what was their thinking in doing that?
What was the motivation behind it?
Please, like, explain to me, like, when there was a group of you sitting around the table and you thought, like, you know what would be a good idea, fam? When you've done the thing, no questions, dog.
Yeah.
No questions. You just done the thing. Like, bro, when you sat around the table, is that what you lot came up with? That's the law we need to do. You know, responsibility. Allow it. Forget responsibility, bro. That's what they thought. Like, just allow responsibility, bro. I think you don't need responsibility in a marriage. Why should you be locked down? I don't know, fam. I thought that's what marriage was.
It's a contract that says, I'm with you, you're with me for the rest of our lives.
Forever. In the eyes of, I know you said they don't do the Christian thing no more, but the real marriage is in the eyes of God and in the eyes of the witnesses, which would be your family and her family. Now we're turning around and saying, tomorrow, done that dance.
But remember last week on our show, I said about proposing a new structure for relationships.
Of course you need to propose a new structure, but again, step by step, we need villages first.
So if people remembered or didn't, or they tuned in or didn't, my new structure for relationships is that relationships have a 3-year contract. Yeah? You have a 3-year contract. You both sign, you both stipulate what you want out of the relationship and what actually dissolves the contract. You have that relationship for the 3 years, and at the end of it, you decide whether or not you renew your relationship. And you do that every 3 years.
But you know what?
Until you die. Because the only reason why I'm giving that option is not because I don't believe in marriage. It's not because I don't believe in marriage. It's because what I can see is that marriage ain't working.
Western marriage.
Right. And so the only thing is to try and give someone another option to keep a family structure together. Do you know what I mean? Because this model that we're working with ain't working, showing that it ain't working, because people are becoming more about themselves and more, I guess they're more selfish.
And they